So we are getting started with week 4 this week, and we are moving on to our second labor project. We have a good background and understanding of what technical writing is and how it's different from academic writing and the different venues we may use technical writing. And so now we are going to get started with our first real kind of like writing assignment, I guess, for the semester so far. So we're in week 4, so we're going to go ahead and scroll down to week 4. And the first thing we want to do is read the labor project number 2 handout. So for this project, we'll be working through weeks 4 and week 5. So we'll be working on this for 2 weeks. And the written component will be due at the end of week 5, and we're going to break it into parts. So you'll be working on the project and then submit a draft and then revise and edit and then submit your final draft at the end of week 5. So labor number 2, you get to choose a claim or inquiry letter or email. So you've got some choices here. You can either write a claim letter or an inquiry letter. Whatever type you choose to write, be sure to use one of the standard business letter formats as described in the reading for the week. So for the general requirements for either letter you write, please follow the directions carefully. So choose a real product, service, or company. Find the real address to the company responsible for the product or service, and find the name of the person or department who would receive your letter. So a minimum of about half a page or about 3 paragraphs is the minimum. Standard business letter format, use headings and lists, tables, other graphics if it's appropriate. The letter should be free of grammatical errors, polite and professional. Remember, we're practicing technical writing here, so you want to show that you are serious about the issue and you yourself want to be taken seriously. So how we present ourselves really matters. I also encourage you to have some fun with this assignment. Design your own business stationery logo, give yourself a title, make up a company that you're the boss for. Be creative if you want to. You don't have to do that, but I encourage you to. It will make it a little bit more fun for you. So here is the description of what a claim letter is. A claim is basically the type of letter that you would write if you had a specific problem with a product or service. So let's say I go to McDonald's and my Egg McMuffin is cold when I get it. My claim would be that my Egg McMuffin was cold and I want McDonald's to do something about it. An unsolicited inquiry letter might be written to ask for clarification on a job posting or to ask for additional information about a product or service. I recommend this type of letter because it fits with the sequence of assignments that will follow. You can choose to write an inquiry or a claim letter, but an inquiry letter will fits really nicely with the rest of the assignments for the semester. So it's up to you ultimately, but if you're looking for my recommendation, I would recommend the inquiry letter. So this is basically where let's say you come across a job posting on monster.com and you want more information about it, this is the kind of letter that you would write to ask for more information about it. And here are some tips for writing unsolicited inquiry letters. So this week, week 4, I anticipate that you'll spend about 3 to 4 hours. We've got some reading to do about professional communications and about sending memos, emails, and letters. So that's very critical for this week's work. And then there's a couple of videos about inquiry letters and complaint letters. So that will help you choose which one you'd like to write. And for this week's writing labor, you will have the initial discussion post, which the initial brainstorm discussion post, which is actually going to be due on Sunday this week because I want to give you time to think about and do some research about what kind of letter you want to write and who you want to write to. And then, of course, your labor log. Also for this week, there's some optional additional labor if you're working towards an A in the class. And there are a couple of grammar exercises that you can do and then send a screenshot or print to PDF the results of your grammar exercises and send them to me, and that will count as additional labor towards increasing your B. So if you have any questions or concerns, remember I'm here to help. There is one last thing I wanted to talk about really quickly, and that is there are some resources if you're struggling with technology stuff this semester, if you're able to make it to one of the campus or center locations. We have the MPC Technology Hub Assistance Centers. So at each location in this room on these given days at these times, you'll be able to get assistance with things like using your computer, using Zoom, using Moodle, using Microsoft. I think you'll be able to get some assistance using Google, the Google Suite, so like Google Drive and docs and things like that. So if you find that you're struggling with things like that and you have the capability to make it to campus, and of course you will be social distancing, you'll be required to wear a face covering, but if you have that opportunity and you have the time and you need some additional assistance that you're just not getting from me, this is a resource for you. So you can find that if we go here, we'll go under the important information, and there's a link here to technical support, and the document is right here with all of the hours and everything. So I just wanted to point that out to you, and always remember that we have student hours 3 times a week if you want to meet with me on Mondays, or the Tuesday and Wednesday sessions are open to everyone for collaboration and questions. So please feel free to take advantage of those. And if those hours or times don't work for you, shoot me an email, let me know, and maybe we can schedule a Zoom meeting or a phone call. As always, I'm here to help. And if there's anything I can do, just let me know.